Greetings, trail maintainers. This is Woody from Trail Wisdom, bringing you some trail wisdom today. I'm in Dupont State Recreational Forest in western North Carolina. This was my home trail system for many years, and where a lot of the innovative techniques that have now become sort of standard within the industry were developed. We did a lot of experimentation here. And one of the things that we're going to look at today is road to trail conversions. We sort of perfected this technique here, and we're going to look at one of the projects that we did. This is the Wilkie Trail. This is a project I led probably 10 plus years ago now. As you can see, it's an old road bed, which road beds are necessarily very straight. They don't have a lot of curvilinear shape to them. And because their shape is very linear, very straight, and they oftentimes don't have a lot of undulation. They don't manage water very well. So we're going to walk down this and take a look at what we did, and talk a little bit about road to trail conversions. Road to trail conversions are, as it sounds, taking an old road bed and turning it into a trail. You know, this is more than a click of the mouse exercise. This is a physical process. Straight ahead, you can see the old road corridor right in this area here, well below grade. And once you get recreational use out of that old corridor, basically it grows back, and you can see that that's exactly what's going on. 95% of all people coming on this today would not recognize it as an old road bed. So we went out of the road corridor just a little bit to the left here. That gave us a nice big drain right here. And a lot of times you are draining into the old road corridor as a linear sump. And what the other thing it does is it provides for a more intimate trail experience. You know, you jog we're 10 feet out of the old road corridor at best, and we're back in the forest here, and you can see we have a nice gateway between these two trees. And then we're going to cross back over the road corridor, so we're adding a lot of curvilinear shape. So it's way more interesting to trail runners, to hikers, to mountain bikers. It's just a much more pleasant experience. And crossing back over the road again, and you can see here's the old road, healed quite nicely. And we just popped off about 10 feet to the left here as we go down. And again, we pick up some trees for gateways. That adds a lot of interest. And then we're headed right back down into the old road corridor. And you should be able to see that we drain into the road corridor right here. And then again, in the road corridor, we drain into here. And because there's so much vegetation, there's so much downfall, forest duff, that really stops that erosion process. Swinging back around, you can see a sump off to the right. So as you're doing these, you definitely add, a lot more drainage than existed previously. Little short section of rock armoring right here that adds a lot of interest to the trail. I believe in that particular case, those rocks were on site. We didn't have to harvest anything. Back off to the left of the old road bed, again picking up another gateway, and coming back and crossing again, draining here into the old road corridor as a linear sump. And you can see that this old road corridor has healed up very nicely. Sometimes we scarify the soil, just breaking it up, and that really encourages vegetation growth to pop back in. Sometimes those old forest roads that were used for active hauling of timber and extraction, they get so compacted that nothing will ever grow in them. So breaking those up, scarifying is a good technique. Again, lots of drainage. Here's a feature off to the left. Here's another drainage feature here. You know, one recommendation that I do have is making sure that all of those get cleaned every fall, particularly in a deciduous forest. So coming through with a leaf blower or rakes to at least clean your drains to keep those from becoming clogged in a deciduous forest, particularly a lot of heavy downfall, a lot of heavy leaf fall will choke those up. Here you can see going straight is into the old road corridor in this area, and we jogged up this way. That gave us an actual grade reversal, which is a permanent rise in the landscape of the land. Now under a power line corridor, which is one place that you always are concerned about erosion because it's open to the direct sky. Again, draining into the old road corridor here. As you can see out there, we're approaching a road, and this was a blind entrance into that road. So if a mountain biker, for instance, was coming down with some speed, they're blind, and so we pushed it out to the right here. And that not only drained, gave us better water management, but also it gave us a better alignment for entering into the road itself. And now you can see that we're 20, 30, 40 feet off of road, but we're definitely able to have better sight line popping onto the road. Obviously to the right we can hear traffic coming, so not an issue there. And we built a trail. You can see users on that right now. We've got the trail that pops off of the road, gets our use off of the road, and brings us from this trail all the way back to the parking area. So that is the Wilkie Trail in Dupont State Forest, and a great road to trail conversion that we did about 10 years ago.